Finally, starting with my sketchbook. Someone recommended to do a fantasy forest. So here we are. I used the reference for the placement of everything but I wanted to have fairies. For me, they are mother and daughter playing in the fantasy falls. Finally, I started coloring. I was so excited how it turned out. Keep in mind, I'm doing drawing only since November 2023. Let's have a look at my color selection. I used some more. I love these markers so much. Since one has already various color range. You don't need as many colors as I used, but in the sake of fantasy, I used way more colors than I would if I recreated the reference one by one. Since I saw various techniques for marker drawings, I decided for me the light to dark layering works best. Since you can't overdo light colors, there is always a way back to white or simply getting darker or even get some variety with other light colors. I keep going back and forth with graphite pen, eraser, and liner pens if I recognize spots to shade more or missing details. Don't get irritated by the white spots. I wasn't sure about the rocks, so I decided to color them after the water since they're merging and didn't have clear lines. Since I'm doing #art with Amy, I learned how to use the chisel tip instead of the brush or bullet nib. Sometimes I accidentally hit spots, but as Bob Ross said, they're happy little accidents. The further we went into the drawing, the more depth shows on the surface. I know it still looks like moss, but I really think you will also recognize waterfalls in the end. We're still going with my pastel colors. No need to rush. By the way, it took me around 30 hours till here and we're not even halfway done. I ended up using a light blue to enhance the water look of the water. I even missed obvious details, but I was able to fix them later. In the final result, it was the most stunning part for me. I always check between reference and my drawing to get the shading right. As I was doing Amien's follow alongs, I was always more aware of using matching colors. The fantasy forest was a great project since I was able to use some other techniques for this drawing as well. I learned by watching a bunch of videos on YouTube since I can simply pause or rewatch if needed. I mention those artists often, but not often enough, so check out the description box and find out more about perspectives, figure drawings, and please tell me if you do art by yourself or just watch art videos or even want to learn something. Still not doing the rock stuff. Rocks are hard, not physically but for me to draw them, so I continued with the water. Did you recognize the water already? Right now I am working on a part which was hidden behind a tree on the reference, so I simply added some depth in the first place. By changing direction of the tip, I was able to get a wavy look. Time to realize I messed it up a bit. Fixing details with a graphite pen first is great to visualize what needs to be there. There was a cave underneath that plateau and I totally missed it out for over 30 hours. I could fix it by going in very dark. Let's use the colorless blender to soften some edges. I I decided to outline the missing rocks. I even used dark gray to get darker. After some more detailing, I finally started with the rocks. I couldn't think about the effect till I saw results. I don't want to get to heavy colored rocks, since the reference was color graded AF. After layering a light warm gray, the idea becomes more visual to me. I decided to continue since I was really aware of this part. I avoided it until I can't avoid it any longer. Also, I wasn't prepared for the effect with colors over hatching. Another great way to achieve values if you don't have a huge selection of markers. Let's give the environment a decent painting. Let's make these rocks darker and give them some texture. I tried to avoid seeing the whole picture while coloring. Focusing on spots turns out to be the easiest way to end up with the results I want. As you can see, adding details and shading brings depth, and I am proud to tell we're almost there. Leave a comment or interact with my video to help my account. Just a little longer for the final result since I stopped filming the next steps. Wait for it. I wanted to show it final but without the highlights first just to feel the difference. Isn't it gorgeous? The final result. Thanks for watching.